It's another edition of Checking In with Hein and Johnny, where the hosts bring in mystery topics that neither host knows anything about until the mics go hot and on the air. We are the show that keeps the host from talking about the weather and World War II 24 hours a day. Hey, Heine, man, what's on your mind?
Well, good morning, Heine man.
I can tell you are prepared to do a massive amount of shoveling.
You'll
and
notice no
a
shoveling.
possible breakage of a hip.
There will be no hip breakage. There'll be no ER visits, but you do point to something we are going to do today.
I do.
Very often, we are silly and a party. Well, at least we think we are. But today is the only podcast of the year where we talk about real items and we try and help people in the world, even in Germany.
Okay.
I know.
We
But
do what we
first, we do want to alert you to the semi-annual Heine Awards coming in 3 weeks. Those are not a public service. Those are all bad ideas. None of those are helpful for anyone. Chris said you mustn't eat or drink on camera. Now we know why. You could die. You could need an ER visit.
You can. So, rule number 1, don't eat or drink on camera.
It's okay. I will cover you for the next few minutes.
First of all, where are you broadcasting from this morning?
Waldo, Where's Waldo Heine edition is we noticed that everywhere in America but your house is going to be below 4 degrees. So we got our Heinies out of Virginia and got down to gorgeous, warm Daytona Beach. That's where we are. The sun on my face. Yeah, we weren't stupid. Everybody was coming this way. It was packed at 1 a.m. in the morning. The freeway was packed because no one's dumb. Everybody knows to get out of the snowmageddon before it gets to them.
Johnny, at what age did your doctors and health professionals say that you should stop shoveling snow?
None of them care about me, so they have not given me that warning. In fact, they've told me to drink as much regular Coke and eat as many Salisbury steaks as I can. Processed food is 100% on point. That's what they tell me. That's because they love me.
Well, okay.
How about you?
Shoveling
Did they?
okay.
Yeah, did they tell you that you're allowed to do all activities since your event? Georgia, we want the adorable voice you hear is Georgia, our favorite mini-me of Chris.
Georgia has, in a wild and bold move, she has purchased a house just around the corner from us here. So
I'm
now
doing my Home Alone
Georgia
voice.
will probably be available for all kinds of streaming activities.
Bar mitzvahs, parties, anniversaries, graduations. She'll be available to anybody who would like Georgia to come in and make it a party.
Yeah. And Charlie and Pesto and Olive are all in this house this morning.
That's beautiful. I love the fact that they've relocated to help Grandpa. I love that.
Right. And the first thing they did as a wild move was to go to the Beaumont Bakery and get Grandpa some delicious frosted croissants. Maybe you say that in French, it is croissant.
Wow. That was
Georgia is exercising the drum set this morning.
the French drum set. That makes it a party, I'll tell you. It made it sound like you were doing a cabaret show and you were getting a sweet rim shot after a good joke about the croissant. I will cover for you while you eat. So, one of the things that you have to do as they're sweet, Georgia. We miss you all the time, Georgia and Chris.
In my life.
The ladies are important to us.
Important.
Yeah, they keep
Very, very cute.
extremely. As we have mentioned before, we totally are on Team Georgia. Every time she pops in, we get great feedback. One of the things that we're going to talk about is in honor of the upcoming Heart Health Month, which is in February, in America at least. I guess it can be everywhere. I guess it's on Pluto too. Heart health, the signs and things that you need to know to make sure you do better in a cardiac incident. And we will talk about that a little more in the end. We are going to start with Pluribus, a review of the fantastic Apple Plus show. We want to keep pushing the fact that the show is outstanding and incredible. We think that Pluribus should be on everybody's wish list for Albuquerque fun. It is incredible, and Miss Seahorn is really great in it. She's really good, and it has twists and turns and fun jokes about death and killing, which is one of my favorite topics in the world. For Agatha Christie fans, Seven Dials is available for streaming. It's a brand new version of that mystery book from the mystery author. All right, the time has come. What are your topics for the semi-annual Heine Awards? My first one, we're not doing them today, but we're teasing 3 weeks from now. My first one will be my favorite colonoscopy. That's number one. Number two, my favorite black toenail. That's my second one. Third, my favorite dog death of the year. None of those are true. None of those are true.
Definitely want to tune in for that.
None of those are true. Heine, what are some of your favorite Heine Awards that we can be excited about? What Heine Awards have some nominations? In 3 weeks, we'll see the actual list, but what's your favorite?
Well, a favorite of mine is always most suggestive music video.
You have become a professional at that, by the way.
Best appearance of a British car in a TV or movie.
We have rewatched a couple of shows, and we now watch. It's weird. We watch older movies with an eye of Henry's view. So as soon as an MG comes up, any old cartoon, any car movies or non-car movies, now we notice when a Triumph, an Austin Healey, maybe even a Sprite, an adorable Austin Healey Sprite. Whenever those pop in, we make notice and we say, Henry would like that. And I'm sorry I interrupted you. What were you going to say? You had something. I interrupted you.
Oh, I don't know. No. There are many out there.
There are many. Particularly if you watch the service BritBox. There are so many good. The Jaguar that is driven by Endeavor Morse is superb. Have you ever seen Endeavor or the show Morse?
Johnny, well, they're on my watch list.
Okay.
But
I will I will tell you that you must actually watch that at some point on the streaming service BritBox, because there are so many classic cars that you would love it. All right. So remember Heine Awards, 3 weeks. Uno, dos, tres. For all of our we found, of course, we've been celebrating our German viewers the last 3 weeks. That would be eins, zwei, Drumpf. Yeah, no, it isn't. It's eins, zwei. It's that. It's Dufte Schimmel. Yeah.
Tolle Musik.
So, for all of you people who are in below zero weather, literally today, and Snowmageddon is going to get you, I'm so sorry. I did not want to stay. I'm a baby. Immediately, like a scared turkey, we took flight and got to delicious 70-degree weather. So, there you go. All right. Now we are to the heart health portion of our podcast. Why is heart health? What event makes it so you're inspired about heart health, Henry?
Inspired?
How did you get your club membership?
Let me just give you a pro tip. If your doctor even hints that you should be taking blood pressure medication, take it.
Do it.
Just say,
Don't
give it
miss
to
it.
me. That's would be the advice I missed out.
And take it with food and don't cheat. Don't skip your medication because you think you feel fine today. Or it makes me feel tired. My head feels wacky. So all good points. Take your medication, and if you're not taking it and the doctor says you should be, take it. Number one, that's number one. My incident was the doctors could not figure anything out and didn't give me a single hint. I was misdiagnosed for about 18 months. I had a weird cough and kind of a flu-like symptom. I had a lot of difficulty breathing. So I was prescribed a Z-Pack and get yourself home there, buddy, and you'll be fine in 7 days. That happens so often that one day at 3 a.m., my lungs were full of water. And I said, precious honey pie, you better get me to the hospital because I believe I'm about to die. So she rushed me to the hospital, and thank goodness for foreign doctors because they study. They actually do their work. And the dude goes, you do not have a strep throat. You do not have any problems with your nostrils. You don't have an infection. You got the heart failure. So, of course, I thought, well, that's it. I've punched my ticket. The reality is, people live with heart failure. My issue, they literally live till they're 92 if they're careful and take their medication. So that's what got me my golden jacket to the team.
Met this doctor. You met this doctor in the ER?
It was his shift in the ER, and he goes, I know everybody's been giving you these Z-Packs for a year and a half. I think we should take a quick look at your heart. And I'm like,
my theory would be, the medical community will immediately need a diaper change. I think it's like, go to the ER first. Those people will check you out. Everybody I know, they're regular caller cardiologists, been messing around with it forever.
Yeah.
It never gives them a correct diagnosis. And they go to the ER and say, the ER doc says, we're going to try this pacemaker right now. You're perfect.
That's good.
ER docs figure it out.
And hint number 3, go to the ER. That was number 2. Number 3 is get a pacemaker. Yeah, your pacemaker. I am the proud owner of a titanium 2 diode pacemaker, and it sits in my chest, and it's funny, it works. When my heart rate goes too low, it pumps it up a little, pumps up the jam. And when my heart rate gets too high, it brings it down a little. And so you'd think the most important part of a pacemaker is if you die and nobody has, the defibrillator thing that zaps you in the mall, the pacemaker will take care of that. It'll just zap you and you'll come back to life. They say it kicks like a mule. I have not had it go off, but they do say you'll notice it. It will be something you being zapped with 40,000 volts inside of your body.
I can only think of, remember Emergency, that TV show? Every patient that they came and they got those big, frying pans, rubbed it together and said, "Clear."
The body leapt up in the air like a rubber
It
chicken.
was like every time somebody came into the hospital and to Rampart, they zapped them.
Yeah.
That's where I got,
as they should.
Most all of my medical information is from Emergency.
Yeah.
Johnny
I watched
Gage
Dr. Welby.
and Roy DeSoto.
Nice. Well, with mine, I have not needed the number one reason they put a pacemaker in yet. But the number 2 reason you have a pacemaker is it sends your doctor little hints that you are about to die. So even without your heart going bad, it'll give you a hint that the doctor will call you and say, "Herr Fairbanks, I think we want to have you come in for a little checkup so we can do a procedure on your heart." So I have had an ablation, which is where they go in and they find the part of your heart that's sending a signal that you need a 200 beats per second heartbeat. And they scratch that off and kill it, burn it away. And then your heart does not give you signals that you need a 200 beats per minute heartbeat. And now I don't have it. So 2 big procedures, and they both have helped keep me alive. Ablation is the name of that one. And so,
Open heart procedure? Or do they
no,
sneak
thank
in?
goodness. They sneak through your penis. Everything goes through your penis, as you know, these days. If you have trouble with your cuticles, they go in through the penis. If you're having trouble with your hair in your ears, through the penis. And they go in and they alert you before it. They're like, when we stick the thing through your penis, it's 1,000,000 degrees. So you could die on the table because it could burn up your heart and your lungs and your trachea. So, but I made it through.
Johnny, I just shrank 2 sizes.
The Grinch of February's heart just shrank 2 sizes, not in their heart, though. Not in their heart. But I made it through. And to be honest, people that I've known in my own personal life that had heart failure that I never knew had heart failure, they're like, "Oh, yeah, I got a pacemaker. I have had heart failure for 35 years." And one of them was a family friend till they were 101. It's insane. And all they did was take their medication, and they did not heed the warnings for food. They ate like a crazy person, and no big deal. As long as they took their medication. One more thing yeah, in my situation is they create a miracle drug every 2 years,
Hey, just a
and they
minute.
add it. Yeah.
Jake, are you going out? Yeah, we need another box of donuts.
And we need Jake's face to get in the pod.
How's it going?
Jakey boy.
Heart health?
We are.
Because of Heart Health Month in February, that's where we're at. As you know, we're a public service for the world.
Okay, well, eat your CoQ10, apparently.
It's medical advice aplenty today. We are doctors, or at least we plan.
Oh, my old buddies but he ate nothing, whatever he wanted, and lived 101.
Yep.
It's like,
So,
no, the
so
masses would indicate otherwise.
the masses say no cigars, no bourbon, and stop eating donuts. Go get more donuts, Jake, immediately.
Well, I'm kind of a cigar guy.
Of course
He's gonna go.
you should be.
Gonna go work out. And it's someplace I've heard of them. It's a mythical place called the gym. I don't know what
not. I know
goes
now.
on.
I know.
It's right next to the donut shop.
Well, thank you, Jake, for
Roll.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to the gym.
Oh, okay. Oh,
we lied.
all right.
We had Jake as a fun stand-in for the Heine man during the recuperation period. Hey, what was your recuperation period when you had your event? How long did it take before you kind of felt like getting up and rolling around?
Who said I kind of have felt like getting up and rolling around?
Yeah.
That's I'm encouraged to cook my own meals occasionally. My
Wow.
wife left me alone night before last.
Nice. First time?
First time. I think she was just sick of it. She said,
Sick of
I'm
the whining.
leaving.
Sick of the whining.
And the constant cries for, can you tie my shoes?
I have an itch underneath my right calf. Can you come?
Can you trim my toenail? I don't want to have the penis operation. She won't do that. She just says, no. Live
I'm
with
not
it.
doing a penis operation on you.
It doesn't hurt that bad.
It's not that big of a deal. So
They dumb you up.
You bring up a good point. Sometimes the cardiac messages that the whole world has heard about for the last 30 years is named only for men. Their left arm starts to hurt, tightness in the chest, and that's when you're having a cardiac event. We want to tell you there are indicators, about top five ones. You got to be careful of if you are a woman that are different from men. And it is nausea, vomiting, and breathing challenges. Breathing is a big thing, back pain. So if you have those indicators, get yourself to the ER. Follow Heine. Get yourself to the ER because that isn't just, I'm tired. For females, that means you might be having a heart attack. For me, I never had a heart attack. I don't have a lot of cholesterol issues. They didn't know why I had it. I've never had any normal type of factors. They just guessed at some point I had strep throat and it ate away at my heart. So now I have a massive amount of scar tissue and makes so my heart doesn't function. But there was no time when it happened. How about you? Did they ever say this is what caused your problem?
Not yet.
Okay.
I know I was wearing a heart monitor for a month. And I religiously kind of changed the batteries and put it on my chest. And then my appointment was in December, and I had to reschedule it. And they rescheduled it for February 23rd.
Yeah,
so
doctors.
Hey, no emergency.
No big deal. I must be okay.
But
I must be fine.
They I guess to point to what caused my event, it was heart related. Probably it was my blood pressure was spiked up in the middle of the night for some reason.
Okay.
And I guess they're going to tell me someday
what the cause.
Yeah.
And when you're sitting there, as I was, you think, I'm never going to be able to do anything again. I have this heart problem. Most of the time, those are just fears that that didn't happen for me. And obviously for you, you're able to drive now. So you were worried, hey, I'm never going to be able to do anything on my own.
Well, I can drive an automatic.
Yeah.
I can't move my arm enough to drive a stick, which is a big part of my life.
Those really fun cars have a little item where you have to move around to get the transmission to work.
Uh-huh.
The
And now
fun
I'll
ones.
be moving that with my left arm, and I guess I'll be steering with my knees.
With your very large nose that you've complained to me about.
Correct. Correct.
Why?
I'll just weave it in the spokes of the steering wheel.
So there are hope for folks that are watching this podcast and you are in the hospital right this second in Germany and you're thinking life is over, you'll never be able to drive an automatic and you will not be able to perform cuticle surgery if you're a doctor. Au contraire, you will be able to. Yeah, you'll be able to do stuff.
You will. You will.
Yeah. So let's go over before we're done. Let's go over. We've talked about the men's signs or the women's. Now let's talk about the men's. With the men, it's just stuff you want to ignore. You feel like, gadzooks, I feel like I got tingling constantly in my left arm and my back and shoulder hurt. You need to get it checked out. Number one thing, men with pain in their left side of their body. That is classic for heart trouble. So that's the main thing to watch out for. Shortness of breath. When you normally can do a set of stairs and you have shortness of breath. If you feel any tightness, a lot of people probably don't realize when you feel like you got severe heartburn, that's a huge indicator for men and women. People that feel like, oh wow, I've got really severe heartburn. That's an indicator you should do what Henry does. Get to the ER. Get it checked out. They will
Don't
put you
walk.
to the front of the line. If you walk in and say, hey, I think I'm having a stroke or I'm having chest tightness, they'll get you to the front of the line. You know the reason for that? Because if they don't, you're going to die. Yeah, that's why they do that. If you can go in after having a stroke or heart attack, if you can go in with quickly, if you can get to the hospital quickly, you have a really improved percentages of having everything go fine. Well, we are not doctors. Here's our disclaimer. We never give health advice, except we can, as persist of cardiac events, we can tell you all the stuff that we look for.
So when you're buying a home, you're set in the immediate vicinity of a hospital.
Of a great ER. Look at the
Of a heart
states.
center.
Look at the states where it says really bad healthcare and don't move there
Move there.
because you will. In my family, it's all cancer. Everybody has cancer. So I never thought I literally never thought I would have a heart problem because nobody else in my family has heart problems. I am the one person in, as far as we know, 2 generations that have ever had it. So of course it's me. And you'll either get cancer or heart failure. So please do not move to the BFE and die out in the woods. No
Yeah.
need.
Yes, I always thought I was going to be consumed in a fiery car crash. No, it looks
That
like
sounded
I'm going to be
romantic.
consumed by my colorectal polyps.
Well, they fix those by going through the penis.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ah,
Which means
Wiedersehen.
I'll see you again till I see you again.
Oh, that sounds like a song. Thanks, Heine, man. See you next week. In Germany, that's Eins, zwei, drei. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Checking In with Hein and Johnny. You can follow all things Hein and Johnny by subscribing to Checking In with Hein and Johnny anywhere you listen to podcasts. Checking In with Heine and Johnny is sponsored by Conveyors and Equipment. They supply, design, and service all types of conveyors, belting, and material handling equipment since 1972. With 3 locations to serve you, Salt Lake City, Albuquerque, and El Paso. Find them on the web at conveyequip.com. That's CONVEY EQUIP.com.